Hey guys, I'm here today to help you work on the Bible Time Challenge. The very first thing you're going to want to do is read that challenge in your Organized Homeschool Life book. That will explain what is meant by primary curriculum, memory curriculum, character curriculum, or prepping personal reading. These are your steps in this week's challenge that you're going to want to complete this week. But here is my tip for you. Keep this simple. By prepping primary curriculum, that doesn't mean that you want to plan out a year's worth of lessons for each of these. Keep it simple. I promise you, you're going to be so happy if you do that. Just get your curriculum and look through it and figure out what you need to do for this upcoming year and how you're going to communicate what your child has to do for that curriculum, okay? All right, so as I am writing, this is going to be the week of July 1st. My goal for this week is going to be to complete 12-week year. Let's just say the steps. I'll say complete the 12-week year steps. I have goals that I want to complete in the next 12 weeks, and then I have broken that down into what I need to do for every week. And so as long as I'm doing, let me put this, let me change it to at 85%. And I will give you a link to where I went through the 12-week year. So if you are interested in doing that as well and kind of superimposing goals for the next 12 weeks on this process that we go through, then reading and using the 12-week year is a great idea for you, okay? So my habit to track, though, my primary habit is to write Grammar Galaxy. I have a wall calendar that I'm going to be using to mark off every day that I spend time working on Volume 4. I'll go ahead and write that, Volume 4. And that is my habit. And I don't have to write a ton, but I have to write on that every day. Okay, why do I want to do this? I could apply this to my goal for the week or my habit that I'm tracking, but my why is that being productive makes me happy. I've experimented with this so many times and it just does. Okay, so that's my why. All right, so now we're into the weekly review, which is my favorite part of this weekly planning page. And so you can use this process every week that we are spending time together. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is look at your calendar. That's what this little symbol tells you to do. Hey, check your calendar. And we already spent time looking at our calendars, so we know what we have coming up on the agenda. Okay, so I've already looked at my calendar, and you should have too, and made a list of things that I have to do related to those tasks. So now what I want to do is take any of these that I have to do this week and transfer them over to this page. And I may have added some other things. Maybe I added them to a digital calendar and I didn't actually add the tasks that go along with them. If that's the case, then you want to update this and then you're going to want to add them to this week. So I know for sure that I need to shop. I have to provide a breakfast and I need to buy cards as well. Okay, so that's one thing that I have to do. I also have to help my kids pack because they're going to camp. And I can't even remember, so that's why I'm going to flip back. And I think that is what I have to do this week. Oh yes, and I also need to write a check. That's right. I knew there was one more thing. Okay. So now I'm done. I'm done with my calendar, so I'm gonna check that off. The next thing that I need to do that I'm not gonna actually take you through, I'm just gonna direct you, is I wanna go through my email. Maybe I have some tasks that I haven't actually converted into a task or added to my task list. I actually have a separate task manager, and you don't have to have a separate task manager, but it might not be a bad idea. You could use your email inbox. You can use a paper list. There are notes here in this planner that you could use to keep track of those other tasks that then you could transfer. So here's the notes page right here that you could use to transfer tasks here. But you want to check your email. You also want to check your actual physical mail. If you have a box where you keep all of your physical mail that you can't deal with immediately, that is where you would go to look to see if you have any tasks that have to be done there. And if you don't have a physical inbox, like I do for paper mail, you need to set one up and put it in a location where you know you will use it, okay? I'm not gonna actually check mine off because I need to check my physical mail inbox. Then you want to check your purse. Did you shove anything in your purse that prompts you to think of a task that you have to do this week? You're gonna add that here, if so. And this is also your reminder to clean out your purse. Doing this is gonna have us having cleaned out purses every week, okay? Then the next and last thing that you're gonna do is you're going to check your phone. I still have a regular home phone, believe it or not, and this can prompt me to check for phone messages because sometimes phone messages go there to die unless I check them. I wanna check my text messages on my smartphone. I wanna check voicemail messages on my smartphone. This also prompts me to check my social media messages. So Instagram, I want to check Facebook messages, for example, and just make sure that no one left me a message that is directing me to complete a specific task. Sometimes what I find on my phone is information about events that I need to add to my calendar as well. So when I complete each of these reviews looking for tasks, this does not have to take a long time. I would check these off after I have written down any tasks that I have to do this week. Not forever. Maybe you find something that you really shouldn't do that task until next week. Well, then turn to next week's page and go ahead and add that task right there for you. So it's ready for you when you get to that week. Okay, so then we're gonna go, after we have our list of tasks, we're going to go to our potential obstacles and how we're going to overcome them. So here's a potential obstacle for me this week. It's the 4th of July. It's my anniversary, it's a holiday, and I have no problem with really not doing anything but fun stuff on the 4th of July. But because it's a holiday in the middle of the week, I know myself and I tend to want to take off the entire week. So what I'm going to do to overcome that potential problem is I'm going to promise to take it off, meaning that holiday off, okay? So if I promise myself that I'm gonna take that day off, then it makes it easier for me to commit to getting some work done on the other days of the week, okay? So you're gonna go through it. If you have any other potential obstacles that will keep you from getting your goal accomplished, your habit accomplished, you're gonna write those down and then take that next step and say, this is how I'm going to overcome it. This part of this page we will come back to at the end of this week, and we're gonna say, how hard did I try to achieve this goal up here? Even if I didn't, did I really give it my best effort? And I'm gonna rate myself. And regardless of how I do here, I'm going to put how I'm going to improve next week, okay? Something unnecessary, it is not required, but something that I like to do on my pages, I like to use stickers like these. I think these are so cute, these little Bloom daily planners. And it's a productivity stickers. I like to give myself some encouragement. So when I see this on my page, it just makes me smile. And it's like having a personal coach. So you can decorate these pages however you would like. But that is how you plan your specific week.